Hello everyone, KirbyVolt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man ZX. In the last episode, we went through Area K, my least favorite stage in the game, because of reasons. We almost lost all of our lives, but we did get to the second half of the Biometal F from the Pseudodroid Flamol. And yay, I don't use Model F that much, so I don't care. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it looks cool. I like the idea that you can do this. You can also shoot up. It's nice in that regard, but I don't use it that often. It's all I'm saying. My apologies if you really like Model F. Anywho, today we're going to be going off to another area. We're going to be taking a mission to get the second half of Model L, going with the same order that we got the first halves in. The area you want to go to is, the mission we want to go to rather, is recover the disc. We received a report about a Guardian recon unit. Data is intercepted by the enemy. The word is that the Slither Inc. unit has it on the move. The enemy is transporting it using a tunnel deep under the sea in Area J. Head to Area J and recover the data disk. Alright, we'll take that mission. And Area J is a bit of a long walk, so we're going to be transporting to Area Area A2, the forest. And then going left. Believe it or not, we're going to be going the reverse way all through Area A's intro stage. So, I'll meet you back at the part where we would have started off our little adventure here. See ya in just a little bit. Obviously, footage is going to be sped up so you can still see how to get there. Alright, this is the area where we met Model X. If we go just a little back here, we can start to discover some stuff. We actually went to this little area in the intro episode to get the disc that was right there. But we can even go further back. We can go to destroy that guy. Bye-bye. And then, dramatic pause, there's a little cave right here. We technically could have gone in here at the beginning of our adventure, but we didn't. In this area actually connects to two different spots. One is an area that we can actually go into right now, but we have no reason to, and it's also very hard. The other area is over here, and we gotta use our human form to get there. So crawling along. I mean, it can kind of be obvious, like, I like that there's like little subtle hints of like what the area is going to be when you're trying to get there, because like there's water everywhere. Wonder what's going on there. What kind of area are we going to? I mean, so it's kind of nice in the design that they did kind of think about that. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible either. Anywho, this is the only blue door in the entire game that I know of anyway. Let's go in it, because this is Area J. The data disk contains a report that Sis was working on while she was in the recon unit. So it contains the rest of what we decoded from the other discs we found at the distress call source. We found the enemy delivering unit along with a biometal signature. There must be something important stored on that disc. The biometal signature is further back in the same area. Be careful, Vince. Alright, and guess what's awesome about Area J? The awesome use of Biometal Model L. This is a water stage, and they really make use of how to use Biometal L here. Now, be careful, because they do put spikes a lot of places, but it's not a bad thing, all things considered. And speaking of not bad things, you know what this is? That's actually a door. Be hard to tell, but it is. Inside here, using our ability to swim through, and using our spear to tell this guy off, we'll find our final life up. We now have the maximum amount of health that we can possibly have in Mega Man ZX. It's kind of cool. It's like, it's out of the way compared to some of the other things, especially compared to that sub-tank I talked about from Area K. And speaking of kind of weird little things, if we go up here, there's actually a transserver room. Crazy, huh? Now, it's not a transporter, so we can't actually go anywhere, but we can save. And if you wanted to save after getting that life up, go right ahead. It's not a bad idea. Anywho's, in Area J, we're going to be moving right along. And note that if you free fall in water, you can press the jump button while using Model L to catch yourself and start swimming. Area J is surprisingly not that big of an area. And what's even more bizarre about it is that there's an alternate pathway that you can't go to. There's a pathway right here. And it looks like you have to come in from the other side, but there actually is no way in this room to get to that bottom pathway. Interesting, that. These fish enemies, though, are being jerks. I don't like them. Fish enemies can go away. Because of this, like, Area J is like, it's a really cool, it's a very calm area, it's a very nice underwater type area. Little jellyfish colonies in the background, I guess. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they look like jellyfish, and I'm guessing it's supposed to be important. We could go up here, as opposed to going through the spike area, but I want the health. Health is nice to have, but I'll risk it. Not that hard if you just get the timing just right. Also, what's this? This looks interesting. It looks like some kind of destroyed mechanism, some destroyed being or robots or whatever. And how did you respond so fast? I'm gonna use Model H. No, I'm not. I'm gonna use something and then I'm not gonna use it. Getting out of the water with Model L is probably like one of the hardest things to do for some reason. I'm not really sure why that is. Oh yeah, there's a disc over there if you want to get it. You can go get it. You'll probably need to use Model H to get it, but you can get it. I'm not collecting all the discs, so I don't care as much to get that. Also, hey, check it out. It's the exact same destroyed thing we saw earlier. Oh, there's another one right here too. What's going on here, huh? Here, that's how you get out. You have to wall jump. Well, meet a mini-boss. It's that same thing. But if you stand right here, fish will come out and it will hurt me, and I'll look like a fool. Also, I don't remember you doing this in my practice runs. Thanks. What will happen is that it will have these tentacles come out, and... Wow! Okay. You're supposed to hit the tentacles. And it's pretty easy to repel the tentacles. The fish, not as much. But I did okay there. And that tentacle never went that way in my practice run of this, so that is weird. But I'm getting the fish, and that did not go well in my practice run whatsoever, so there we go. Just hit the tap of those tentacles, and that's pretty much how you destroy this boss. It's not that difficult, it's just a matter of kind of managing where you're located. Yeah, and standing on the center of this seems like a dumb idea, but it's actually the most safe place to be when you're fighting this thing. So, if it could just release a few more of those tentacles so we can be on our way, that would be lovely. Stop doing the fish. I don't need fish. I want calamari. I understand that that's kind of a fish, but that's not what I want. I want calamari, not fish and chips. Fish and chips is good, but that's not what I want. Oh, okay, hi. I did not want you to do that to me. There we go. Bye-bye, yellow tentacle. Bye-bye, other yellow tentacle. Okay, I want the calamari. Give me the calamari! Yeah! There we go. It's very interesting, because some of the mini-bosses in this game can be difficult, and some of them not so much. This is definitely probably the easiest mini-boss, despite the fact that I got hit, but, you know, that happens. Past this gate, we are now in area, it should be J3, if I am not mistaken. I was not. And this is where I would suggest that you go on the top path. It's just nice, it's safe, it has health for you if you want some. And there's these turtle guys. Being named Yertle and all that stuff, you know. Also, those are spikes. I almost touched them. That would be a very bad thing. Let's not do that. And say that we maybe did, except not really, because I don't think anyone wants to touch them. Also, there's stuff down here, apparently, you say. Okay. I'll bite. It's hard to know sometimes in these stages, and it's thanks to the bottom screen that I can see some of this thanks to Model L. Because if you look on the bottom screen, there's spikes everywhere else. It's not fun. Anywho's, we're at the boss. I mean, sounds about average length for a usual not longish episode, but still, kind of interesting that the bosses are right here. So you're the great Mega Man that keeps trying to interfere with our plans. I suppose it's asking too much to expect someone so young to understand what we're trying to do. You should respect your elders and listen to us old folk. I don't usually listen to shady types like you that go around and hide the truth. So don't expect any respect from me. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, little one. I am the Model L pseudodroid, Lyganka. It looks like I'll have to teach you some respect. This boss can be problematic or not depending on how your luck goes. It is meant to be the Model L boss fights, essentially. And if you saw right there, the weak point are these turbines. It will do this little spike attack. When it does, it will freeze those areas, which prevents you from wall jumping and be kind of painful in general. There is a nice little sweet spot to this boss that, if you can get in just the right area, you can essentially just spam the spear till the cows come home. I'm unfortunately not having such luck. But I think I found it. Oh, he also can suck you in like there. I'll lost my sub-tank. Poorly boss fights. There we go. The sweet spot's a little to the left. What? Why do you fight so hard? Why do you risk your life for those fools? Youth is wasted on the young. How could anyone give my power to someone like that? I'm sorry. It'll take some time to recover the password. I'll make sure it's available before you take on Model W. Sweet. So we got the second half of Model L. And we also got a data disk. Vent, the data disk is... Yeah, the recon unit report is on it. The recon unit was wiped out by the act of our own. His name is Serpent, and he was always the one most interested in the Model W fragments. He erased the research data and vanished with the biometal. I never heard of a Maverick that powerful. Model W have transformed him into something else. We now know that Model W has the power to create an enemy much more terrifying than the Mavericks. I only hope that our sacrifice brought the commander enough time to escape. I don't have much longer. I pray that this data doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Serpent was awfully worried about that data leaking out. He must have known the reaction of the people of this country if they had known the truth. Send the data disk along with your mission report. We can't allow the information contained on it to get out until we know exactly what it is. Alright, I'll send it. Sis. She must have gotten away while the others protected her. Alright, so let's go and mission report. You know, it'll just be like all the other ones, right? Just get out, and then there will not be a trans server for us to save at. Surprise! The stage is actually not over. if we want to complete the stage, and that means doing the mission report, we do have to go through the rest of Area J. How do we do that? Well, we're going to be going through this door right here. And believe it or not, remember that pathway I was talking about earlier? That not pathway we couldn't take in Area J2? This is how we get to it. We're actually taking that bottom path that we couldn't previously take. It's actually a shortcut to get back to Area J1, which does have a transserver at it. Kind of interesting like that. And I'm kind of I think it's a bit bizarre that this is one of the only few areas that they do this kind of thing in, because it would be cool if they did it more. I mean, some of those areas are tough, and it would not be fair if you had to basically run through the entire rest of the stage again. This stage is nice and calm enough that it's not that big of a deal. But for other places, yeah, then it's kind of like, I can understand why you can't. Why they didn't do this kind of thing. But I think it's neat, in of itself, that the stage is not fully over when you beat the boss. I know some people may not like it that way, but I think that's just a really cool, nice little touch. It really forces you to kind of understand, it forces you to be decently good at the game, which I admittedly am not, but it does, like, meaning that don't die to the boss a lot, and then go through using at least one life to get back to the area, as opposed to just finishing the boss and being like, all good and dandy done. But it's not that hard of a trek to get back to the transserver, as just shown off, because it's right here. Mission reports. And we turned in the data disk. Mission complete! Alright, so with the second half of Model L, that leaves us just one other half to go with, and that is the second half of Model P, which we'll be going after next time. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Mega Man ZX. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like button below, and if you want to see more content from me, please consider subscribing. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, ciao. It's time.